I'll tell you what, if that is going to be the type of performances we're going to put in now to the end of the season, you can forget any chance we have of winning those playoffs right here, right now. Today was a disaster in our performance from start to finish. Every single one of those players out on that pitch today need to have a long, hard look at themselves, because there was no desire, passion to even get at least a point from that game today. It's frightening. I mean, you think of, obviously, the situation Coventry are in. Lampard came in just before the turn of the year, and before he got appointed, it was an absolute shit show for them. Excuse my French, but right now, the momentum and the confidence. Apologies, a couple of drunk Cov fans to the side of me. But right now, yeah, we need to sort of, the international break has come at the right time, because there's something not right in terms of the mentality. It wasn't. We can accept as Sunderland fans losing, but the mentality and how we lost that game today was a worrying thing to see. I'm telling you that now. And the likelihood, if you assess the table now in terms of the likelihood of what position each team will finish, if it's Cov over two legs, I'll tell you what, we're in trouble. The fact, especially the fact that we more than likely have to go to them first. Yeah, it's not looking great in terms of our performance this afternoon from individual. Dan Neil, it's the worst I've seen him play this season, and that's coming from a captain where, you know, he has been a key player on that pitch this season. He started off the season a bit iffy, but as of late, you know, the players have looked up to him for confidence and to inject quality in themselves to go and get results. But if your captain's not playing to the best of his ability, then yeah, it's not great. Job had an off day, a bit surprised at how he played considering his potential 2-game ban. If he picked up another yellow, finished after the Preston game, he had a poor game. But all of them were off it, to be honest. I don't like picking out individual performance. I mean, I haven't seen the penalty. It looked a bit, from where I sat in the ground, whether it was touch and go, whether it was inside the box or not. But then again, you know, the build up to that in terms of our midfield play, it was poor. Patrick Roberts, again, you know, I think that right wing is something we've needed to address for a while. If we were looking to get out of this league with him as our first choice right winger, yeah, if we're still in that same position next season, I think that's an area that we need to address. Yeah, I think he's had too many opportunities now, and in terms of other performances, obviously Dennis Serkin came off with an injury. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we say our prayers that, because of his recent injury record for us, with our lack of options in terms of fullback, Luke O'Nien had to play the final 20 minutes of that game as a left back, and that's a recipe for disaster as far as I'm concerned. Jensen Silk came on. It was nice for him to get a bit of minutes, but in terms of other performances, Mayenda looked off it. Our midfield play, in our link up between Neil and Job for the first goal we conceded was terrible. The foul we gave away for the penalty for our second one was poor, and the third one, question marks once again about this current goalkeeper. So slow coming off his line. Patterson for Lahaji claiming his hat-trick this afternoon, but we need to literally sort out. I think personally, if you're going to witness a performance like that from a manager's perspective, you need to use this international break to let the players know for these sort of, because our fate's more or less sealed now. We know it's playoffs, and it will take something disastrous to drop out of it now. We need to sort of go back to basics in a way, because it's just a very, very frightening thing to see when once we went a goal down today, we lost momentum, confidence to even get any sniff of a decent performance, never mind a result from that game today. Coventry were first to every ball. Their fans created fair play. I mean, we've not won there since 1985, but their fans were their 12th man this afternoon. You know, they were up for it from minute one, when every single second ball in our faces. Our midfield performance in terms of what we started with, Rig, Job and Neil, they couldn't cope with the pressing game that they inflicted on us, and yeah, we obviously couldn't really play the game we wanted to in terms of our possession type of game that Reggie likes to play. Reggie has this thing of letting the opposition have possession, particularly in the early stages of games, working them out what to do tactically later on. But if he continues with this, then particularly for the playoff games, it's going to be too little too late, because it could end up being the same outcome as we saw today. You know, all of a sudden we're 2-0 down going into a home leg that we need to get a result in. And it's, yeah, Reggie, I don't like to pin it all on the manager, but yeah, the likes of the players who didn't perform today, which the majority of them was the case, but especially the manager as well, need to have a long hard look at themselves. The breaks come at the right time. Once again, our dreadful record at Coventry continues, but international break from SAFC, Millwall at home next. One of those games where, you know what type of tactics Millwall are going to bring, a bit like the Preston game on Tuesday night, and it's going to be a mediocre watch from a fan's point of view. But yeah, a nice, well-deserved break, and as I always say, keep the faith, and hopefully more improved performances in the latter stages of this season in our final 8 games.